The situation with Dragon Age Velgard is much worse than you think, and it's only getting worse by the day. It is so bad that now I am forced to not even put the entire video on YouTube where I break down what's going on. And instead, that will be available for free over in the Angry Guy Clubhouse. You can find a link to it in the Angry Guy Clubhouse and check out the full video where I break things down in totalitarity. But it's a horrible situation that's going on right now. And let me make it clear, the video game industry is being destroyed internally deliberately, and we need to understand why. So you can check out the full video linked in the Angry Guy Clubhouse. Now we're going to check out a video from Very Dark. We're going to go further into this, but you're not going to get the full experience in this video. So if you want the full experience, check out the full video linked in the description to check that out over in the Angry Guy Clubhouse. Farah's channel and the I'm Not Playing That channel will both be linked in the description, so you can go check them out and support them. Both of their channels will have content shown in this video, so you can go support them by visiting their channels. Now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Hey guys, I'm not really sure where to begin with a video like this. I normally don't do videos like this talking about YouTube drama. Actually, I never have, but I feel like this is important. This is really a story that is impacting everybody. It impacts us as Dragon Age fans, it impacts us as Bioware fans, and it impacts us as gamers. This is a story that is much bigger than just a game company releasing a bad game. This goes far deeper than that, and there is a lot to unpack here, so please bear with me. Now, if you don't know, the new Dragon Age game was just released, okay? The Dragon Age game called Dragon Age Velgard. And at the very moment, it does not have the best reviews from community creators. In fact, a lot of the reviews are deeply negative. Mr. Matty Plays called it one of the biggest disappointments of recent times. Luke Stevens was not a huge fan of it. Skill Up does not recommend it. And these are some of the biggest gaming channels that people go to for gaming insights and reviews. But yet on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have the major publications giving it, like for example, IGN giving it a 9 out of 10. You have Eurogamer said, I quote, the best Bioware has ever been. So why are there such differing opinions, and what is actually the truth? Well, I always start with the most obvious question is, why don't people like the game? Okay, in a nutshell, Dragon Age the Velgard suffers from bad writing, it suffers from boring characters, it suffers from redundant and repetitive gameplay, and an overall art direction that really is not reminiscent of Dragon Age. I mean, it looks more like a Disney movie, and people have said this. And if I'm being honest, if you look at the gameplay, I don't think of Dragon Age Origins. I don't even think of Dragon Age when I see this gameplay. What I think of is Raid Shadow Legends or some other mobile game on the phone. There is another reason why the game is not being perceived as well. And I think it's a reason that some people are scared to talk about. But I'm going to mention it here because I think it's important to the overall story and the overall reason why I'm making this video. Now, obviously, the game has been knocked for having quote-unquote woke ideologies embedded within it. The game lets you decide if you want to make your character trans. There's also a non-binary character in the game, and under normal circumstances, these things wouldn't bother me. I only bring these up because it's clear to me that the team who made this game put more effort into getting this message across than actually making a good video game. Sometimes when you don't have your priorities straight, you have a game that's too tame and doesn't know its own identity, and it's too scared to take the necessary risks to create an engaging story. Skill Up encapsulates this perfectly in his review of Velgard with this line.
It's too scared to ever be truly confronting or dark for fear that it might make the audience uncomfortable. Every interaction between the companions feels like HR is in the room.
If I had to choose one thing wrong with the game, I think it all comes back to bad writing. And the fact that the game is woke is probably one of the main reasons why the writing suffers. If I'm playing a Dragon Age game, I expect the writing to be top-notch. I expect my choices to matter. And especially if this is all coming from Bioware, I especially hope that this is all true. But unfortunately, that's just not the case with this game. The game tries too hard to not offend the player or anybody in the universe of the game. And this happens so much that what happens is you end up hating your own character for not saying what you actually want to say. Even in instances where it lets you choose something negative to say, this is what your character says.
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place.
Who is this?
In role-playing games, especially like Dragon Age, it's crucial to be able to have different dialogue options for different playstyles, and unfortunately, the game tries too hard to be nice and inclusive to every decision and character in the game. Now, there's a bunch of other YouTubers who do a much better job at going into why the writing is bad and why the characters are dull, but the game itself is only half the problem. The real issue stems from Bioware itself. Way back before the game came out, Bioware invited a bunch of YouTube content creators to come and preview Dragon Age Velgard. What they did was they flew them into their studios, had them sit down and preview the game for between 6 to 7 hours. I could be wrong about those times, but that's pretty much what I gathered. The idea was that these YouTubers would play the game and go back home and make a YouTube video talking about the experience getting to preview the new Dragon Age game. Now, some people were very optimistic about the game in their preview videos. Some people were cautiously optimistic about it. All of this was very normal. And what Bioware should have done when the game was being close to release was give out review codes for the final product to all of the people that they invited for the preview. But that's not what they did. Instead, what they chose to do was only send review codes to people who they knew would give them good reviews. Anybody that was cautiously optimistic was not given a review code to play the game on their channel. And you know what happens in this situation? Makes Dragon Age Velgard look like a much better game than it actually is, because now you have people who like the preview reviewing this game, and nobody with an actual honest analytical review is giving one.
So there are people who are trying to argue with me and say that what BioWare is doing may be wrong, but it is not illegal. It is extremely illegal. Even when I've shown proof that it is absolutely illegal what they're doing, these people continue to argue that it's not. Guys, if you fix reviews, it is very illegal. You will be fined $50,000 per negative review. So, for example, if you work with journalists to deceive the consumer, if you are selectively choosing which people to allow to review your games and telling them what to say, giving them speaking narratives, and they are afraid to go off script, or else they're going to lose their marketing budget, or else they're going to, have their videos taken down via DMCA strikes, which is exactly what BioWare has been doing for anyone who puts out videos that are negative regarding their video games, regarding specifically Dragon Age Velgard. Anyone who does this, they are going after them. They are trying to shut them down using DMCA. They are basically using intimidation. This is all extremely illegal practices, and I'm hopeful that someone will file a lawsuit against them very soon and challenge them in court, because it's an absolute cesspool. I'm going to tell you guys something. Back in the 90s, it was absolutely horrible, the things that were happening on Wall Street. I forget if the name of the book is called Wall Street, and you basically find out how investors were doing what they were doing there. It was absolutely deplorable stuff, just downright disgusting and degrading things were happening at these offices of these hedge firm investors, and the practices never stopped. Like, we're talking about some real satanic level stuff, and the people who are still running these companies are some very satanic people, very evil people, very, very bad people who do not mean any of us any good and wish to basically destroy us. And that's what we're seeing from BioWare right now, where they are basically trying to censor everyone that speaks out against what they're doing, that talks about the games that they are releasing. This is, guys, it is horrific. Dragon Age Velgard is absolutely horrific and everything surrounding it. And this is destroying the gaming industry. We've seen tons of these games flopping one after another, and the production budget, presumably for BioWare, for Dragon Age Velgard, is likely around $500 million. The reason why is between 400 and 500 million, just like Concord. The reason why is because this game has been in development for 10 years, and there were a number of issues that arose with the game. They had to use a ton of contractors to finish the game, and the game was rebooted multiple times. So this game is likely not going to make a dime for BioWare. They're going to end up losing, or EA that owns BioWare They're going to end up losing a massive amount of money. They've also lost the trust of the consumer. They've also committed crimes. They've also acted in conspiracy to literally silence anyone and every detractor when it comes to this game. So if there's any semblance of fairness, this is, guys, this, if this goes before a jury, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if this were to go before a jury and it's not like in some liberal woke court, and you actually have actual jurors who have to determine if BioWare acted in malice, if they rigged reviews, and if they acted in conspiracy. People could end up going to jail for this. The executives could end up going to jail for this. This is insane stuff. And the gaming industry right now is being killed deliberately by DEI, by investment firms, all of these investment firms that gave out this money to these companies. And there are some idiots who are like, well, these companies had to take the money if they wanted to survive. That is an absolute lie. They did not have to take the money. It was all a matter of greed. And greed is running through the industry right now. It's no longer about creating games and experiences for people to enjoy. It's about pushing political narratives and making as much money as possible while doing it. The gaming industry is being destroyed from the inside out. Is this the end of gaming? It absolutely is not the end of gaming, but it very much is the end of the modern day gaming industry, this current era, an iteration of it. We had a really nice run, but this crap has started even 10 years ago, and it's been going on since then. But it's been slipping into our games for so long, but we didn't notice it and we allowed it. And as a result of allowing it and not speaking out on it, this is what ended up happening. And now we are in this situation. And again, guys, don't forget, you can get the full video, because this is not the full video. You can get the full video over in the Angry Guy Clubhouse. It's available to free subscribers. You can go and watch a full video over there, because I really go deeply into what's going on, but I cannot post it here on the channel, because you just understand how bad the situation is. There are people who are literally working right now and actively working to suppress information. And if you even mention their names, these people will try to shut you down and silence you. It's a guys, this is insane. The video game guys, these companies need to be investigated for money laundering, because they are 100% washing dirty money. All right. Sony what Sony is doing is disgusting. Sony, Microsoft, all of these large companies, EA, guys, this is disgusting what they are doing. They are literally targeting the consumer. Because they have deep pockets, they can go after us individually, but collectively we can stand up to them. Collectively we can fight back against them. I'm purchasing my games from GOG. I'm not letting these bullies win. I'm buying my games off GOG. I'm getting them so that I can enjoy them as I so desire. I can play them when I want to. I have the offline versions of these games, and it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely lit, because there is no one who's supposed to be able to control your games and tell you what you can play from what you can't play and control your experience. And that's what they are doing. I'm telling you right now, that is what these crazy people are absolutely doing. They are trying to control the experience. They're trying to control the narrative. They're trying to control our thoughts. And if you think that it's going to ever end, it's not. And if you give them, the more you give them, the more they will take and the further they will go. Because they don't like you. They don't care about you. They absolutely despise you. They don't even like the games, but they like watching us suffer, because they do not like us. A lot of these people, they don't like masculinity. They don't like femininity. They don't want masculine men. They don't want feminine women. They want masculine women and feminized men, because it makes us easier to control, and and if we're constantly fighting with one another, then it allows them to do whatever they want to do in society, which is to destroy society, basically ENSLAVE, all of us, and take everything that we have, so that we will own nothing and then be told to be happy about it. But these people are not too bright. These people are not that intelligent. They went to the same schools as we did. These are people that, basically were the stars of the nerd. They were the nerds in high school that, that just basically were not treated very well. And there are reasons, because a lot of these people grew up with a chip on their shoulder, and now they want to come back to society and they want to destroy society, because they feel like there's some grievance that they have that needs to be heard, and they're going to get their dues against every single one of us one way or another. That's how these people think. That's how these people operate. They do not have God inside of them. They are of the evil one, and you have to be very, very well aware of this. This is the reason why I keep telling y'all, go over to GOG, get involved with GOG, learn how to use GOG, and start just basically going from there. Use GOG use GOG to purchase your games. Use GOG to get your stuff, because you can download your games. You can download them offline. You can play your games offline. You can enjoy your games offline, and they cannot take them away from you. Because all of these games that you're purchasing on Steam, all of these games that you're purchasing on the PlayStation Store digitally and Xbox, you're like, oh, I don't care. I don't care. You say you don't care, but then when all of your stuff gets taken away, that's when you break down and start crying. That's when you get frustrated. That's when you start losing it, because you act like you're really guys. Yeah, at some point there's a saying, hold the line, and I never liked using it because there was a jerk that used to pick on me, and he would say it a lot, and it became like kind of like it became a really disrespectful thing. But in this situation, you have to hold the line. You cannot push back anymore. You can't let them push you back anymore. You have to say no, and you have to stand up to these bullies, because these are bad and evil people. Very, very bad people. It doesn't matter who wins the election, one way or another. We have to start saying no. We have to reject their woke ideologies and their woke philosophies, and we have to basically bankrupt them. Don't buy their garbage. Don't give them what they want. What they want is for you to suffer. Don't give them your money. Let these people lose their jobs. And when these people do illegal things, when these people do bad things in society, report them to law enforcement. Call them out. Put this information out there, they're handled by law enforcement, and they are brought to justice. When they go low, we go even lower. Do not let these people win, because they are horrible individuals that meet us no good. They are of the evil one. They are of the wicked one. They have the Jezebel spirit running throughout them. And guys, don't forget, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, then you definitely have to go and check out the Angry Guy Clubhouse. Inside, you'll get exclusive videos, top tier expat and passport road travel tips, digital nomad guides, passive income strategies, pop culture and geek culture commentary, and hard-hitting manosphere content. Free subscribers have access to videos, podcasts, articles, and the community chat, plus receive the passive income blueprint and digital nomad blueprint just for joining. Paid subscribers unlock even more value, including exclusive guides like the How to Build an Online Business in 24 Hours ebook, wealth building blueprints, and crypto updates. Join us today by clicking the link in the description and take your journey to the next level. I've said plenty of times, I am a huge advocate for GOG, and this is GOG right here. I've shown it to you, and I'll show it to you again. Right now they have the Halloween sale, and you can see all the bangers that are on here. It actually ends in just a little over a day, so in about 30 hours. And it's absolutely crazy. You have everything, some highlights, or you could pick up the entire Yakuza franchise. And usually if it's on sale on GOG, it's also on sale on Steam. Sometimes you'll find better deals on GOG than you'll find on Steam, and sometimes you'll find better deals on Steam than you'll find on GOG. For example, there's an RPG that I was looking at, and right now it's going for the normal price on GOG, and they're trying to make it look like it's actually a deal when it's not. Like, oh, it usually costs 134, but you can get it for 107. But that's the normal price that it cost on Steam, and it's on Steam it's 107 usually, but they're selling it for $69.99. So they're trying to milk you right here. So you have to be very, very well aware. But there are many other times, usually, where you can get excellent deals here on GOG. It's the same prices typically that you'd be paying over there, and you guys can have a look at my own games. Like, I'll show you my collection of games. I like to show off what I have. But this is just a glance at how GOG looks. It has featured franchise, so it has very new games on here as well. A lot of new games like Baldur's Gate, Cyberpunk 2027, up to very recent games. It has everything from triple A right to double A and indie games, but like high quality, top tier. Even has games like Dragon Age Origin, which came before Dragon Age Inquisition. And trust me, this game, they're probably going to raise the cost of this game right now and a lot of the other Dragon Age games, simply because this thing is going to be such a massive failure. People are going to be running back to Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age Inquisition. I actually have the Ultimate Edition here on GOG, because there's a lot of people who did not buy those games, and and the thing is, like, guys, even if these companies apologize for what they're doing and try to regain our trust, never trust them ever again. Never, don't let them back in. Let these companies die off for the evil that they've done. And if we click on my own games, you can see all the games that I have. I have the entire Batman Arkham series, everything from the game from Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, all the way to Batman Arkham Knight and I don't and Origin. So I have pretty much everything here. I have the Telltale series, Batman Telltale series. And you can see we have bangers from the past like Beyond Good and Evil. We even have updated games like Call of Juarez. I have the entire series right here. I mean, most of them. We have Cult of Lamb. We have the Cyberpunk Days Gone. These are some of these games that were published by Sony. Dead Cell with all of the DLC, I believe, most of it, and then Dead Space. That's a banger right there. That's not the remake. It's not the remake, but it is the original, and it looks great and plays great still. Crazy classics like Disco and Elysium. If you have not played Disco Elysium, guys, please go and check that game out because it is such a popular title, and there's so much good buzz around it, guys. If you want something to really enjoy and sink your teeth in, please go and check that game out. I really highly recommend that game because I've heard such good things about it. But I'm just like giving you, I just want you guys to see what my own games looks like. Like, I mean, I have all of the games in the Fallout series. Of course, I have Skyrim. I have tons of games from the Hitman series. I have Hollow Knight, which I love. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. You can't even get this on Steam anymore. Can't even get it on Steam anymore. It's $50 here. I just picked it up. Usually it's 19, usually 20. They jack the price up, but guess what? You have to log in to Sony server if a PSN account if you want to play the game on Steam. I mean, Steam is a base. You already have to be logged into your Steam account to play the damn game, and to top that off, you also have to be logged into Steam. You have to be logged into your PSN account to play a game on Steam. This is crazy. A game but like I said, you don't own these games. They're basically long-term rentals, and the community on Steam, I feel like a lot of them have become crazy and are a little and somewhat toxic because you don't own any of those. Those are just rentals. Everything on Steam is a long-term rental. You've got people who've dropped $20,000 onto their Steam accounts, and it's like little bro, you've lost all of your money. Like I get it, it's like but you don't own anything. It's like you own absolutely nothing. On GOG, however, you can at least, guys, I mean, they can't do anything. You own your games. If I want to leave my entire title, all of the games that I have to my children, or I don't have any kids, I don't plan on having any, heck no. But if I wanted to leave them all to family members, like, even when I'm gone, my games will still be there. And I know you're like, you can't take it with you. You're right, I can, but it's still there. I actually owned it, They cannot be physically taken away from me. And it's good to know that there's a saying in the Bible, I believe, like, it's better to die rich than it is to die poor. It's better to, it's absolutely true. Like, the Bible says something evidently. Don't quote me don't quote me on this, where it's that, like, you should leave money for the next generations. Like, what the boomers are doing right now it's absolutely against, like, the teachings of God, I think, because you're not supposed to destroy your society and leave nothing for future generations. They're basically leaving us with absolutely nothing and taking everything. They're gonna outlive all of us, and then many of future generations as well. But you can see my library. I have so many great games: Kingdom Comes, Katana Zero. I have Batman and then Batman 3, the Lego versions. I have Little Nightmares, both of 1 and 2. I have the Metro series of games, Moonlighter. I've got, guys, so many great games. I have a lot of the Prince of Persia series, Prey. I have all of the Quake games 1 through 4. Rayman 1, 2, 3, Origins, everything. Saint Rose, Sleeping Dogs, Sniper series, Stardew Valley, all of the dig, like, most of the dig series are the Steam World series, everything from Build, Steam World Dig 1, 2, Steam World Heist, Steam World Quest. I have all of those games, guys. I'm just showing you the depth of it. Even games like Splinter Cell from back in the day, we have those games there so we can go back and enjoy them. We also have the Tomb Raider Remastered Collection. It's just, Witcher, Like a Dragon, guys. I have the entire Yakuza series. I think I have every game, or I think there might be one that just came out that's not here. I mean, it's insane. I even have the remastered version, so 2 and 3, like 4 and 5, 3 and 4 are all, remastered. I have Kiwami, which I believe is also a remastered version. Yakuza 5 remastered. Look at all of this, guys. I have games from the YS series, This is crazy. This is what you can have. Space Marines 40,000. I mean, Warhammer 40,000. That game was going for $60 until recently. I got this game for like $10. $10 on GOG. So, I have 170 games at the time of recording this video on GOG. I picked up a lot of them just recently, and I just wanted to share this with you because I want you guys to see that that ownership is very, very important. It's very important that you own your stuff. There are many of you who say that you don't care, but when you have nothing, when everything is taken away from you, it's like, what are you going to do? Acting like you don't care, acting like the world is over, and you're just going to tolerate everything and just act like and just sip a beer. That's cool, bro. But you can't, like, they're just going to take everything from you. I don't care. Okay, dude, be that guy, but then don't complain. Don't come to my channel and complain when you can't access your Steam library. Don't come to my channel and complain when you don't have any media whatsoever. Don't come to my channel and complain when, your bank account says your fund's not accessible or you can't get anything out of your account. You should be investing in crypto. And by the way, guys, don't forget I have a crypto website, crypto blog. That's linked in the description as well. You can go check that out. It's free to subscribe. If you don't know anything about crypto, it's time to begin learning. I have an introduction to cryptocurrency course in there as well. So if you want to learn about cryptocurrency and how it works, you can go and check that cryptocurrency course out. It's right in there. And it's linked in the description, guys. Learn crypto because that's how people are going to be using money going forward. You can see that the US dollar is going to heck, and it's not just US dollar, it's global currencies as well, because everyone, the money is overinflated. It's just not worth it. But yeah, guys, definitely as men, we have to back up our games. We have to have backups. I have, I'm going to be picking up an 8 terabyte hard drive. I was going to say 8 terabyte hard drive for like $600, $700 from SanDisk. And basically, I'm going to back up all of my games. I'm going to back up I have around 3 to 4 terabytes of games right now, evidently estimated. So I'm going to back all of that up to that hard drive. It's going to take a solid state drive. Hard drive is much worse. Do not get a hard drive. Get a solid state drive. And so that I have and it's a small device, and so that I have my games and I can access them whenever I want to. I can play them whenever I want to. And once I have them on there, I can then figure out if there's like a very a cheap cloud service, because there are services around the world. You just have to look for them. So I hope to find a cheap cloud service that I can then use to back up my games onto that cheaper cloud service, to an affordable cloud service, so that my games will also be available on the cloud and I can access them from anywhere in the world if I ever want to. And you're like, well, you can always access them on GOG. You're absolutely right, but I don't trust GOG entirely. Like, their entire motto is basically DRM free, and that's built into the philosophy of their site. But the thing is, like, you don't know when the service can go down. You don't know when the service can get shut down. It's just like Steam, all right? Don't trust any of them. That's why, but the good thing with GOG is you don't have to trust them. Do your diligence, back your damn games up so that you have them to play. And then you can watch society burn, okay? Then you can drink your beer and eat your popcorn and watch everything go to hell while you have your cryptocurrency, while you have your while you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto, and it's only going up in value because people can't use money anymore. When you have, everything secured, when you have your entertainment, when you have those things taken care of, when you have, your roofing, like, for example, don't sit around, guys. You should be investing. Buy a piece of land. I don't care. Don't listen to the boomers. The boomers don't want you to own anything. The boomers will discourage you. So many of them will discourage you from land or from property ownership because they don't want you to own anything. All right? The boomers own you. That's the mental state of it. They have turned all of us into SLAVEs. But do not let them have their way. Stand up to them and fight back. Guys, the full video is linked in the description. I want you to go and check it out because I go into much greater detail and I break down what's really happening and some of the individuals who are working to conspire against us and conspiring to destroy the gaming industry. Because even though some of these people are so-called gaming veterans and they have been active for years, They have also they do not like us. These people hate us, and they want the industry to be destroyed. They want us to lose everything. They want us to be ENSLAVE'd, and you have to be aware of it. Don't let these people win. These are very evil people, and you have to stand up to them, guys. You can find the full video link in the description. Go check that out. Watch the full video because I just couldn't put it here because of just how dangerous these people are. These are very, very dangerous people, very, very evil people, guys. So go check that out, and let's talk about it in the comments. What do you think, guys? Gamers are fighting for freedom. Fight for yours. Don't give up. Don't let these evil people win. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.